I feel like I'm about to lose my cool a little bit. Hi everybody, my name is Rosalie and welcome back to my channel, back to Chubby. Today's going to be another Do It With Me weight loss video, and I'm going to show you my meal plan this week. There wasn't a video last week. I've got a bunch of excuses, it doesn't really matter. I tried my best without being on a plan. This week I'm back on a plan, but just like the week before last, it's sort of a loose plan. I've got a lot of food that I plan to eat, but I'm not going to really decide when to eat it, like this is breakfast, this is lunch, etc., except for dinner, just because it's the one meal that Josh and I actually have together throughout the day. I will show you what we're going to have for that, and I'm sure you can see behind me my food for the day, but there's actually one thing I was planning on trying to make this week that I can't yet because... Okay, so I'm having one of those days where there hasn't been any one specific thing that's gone wrong that's like ruined my day, but there's been just 100 little issues and dozens of little annoyances that have all sort of accumulated to just put me in a mood. And one of them is that I can't leave yet because I keep just being too busy. And another one of them is that I need to leave to go get another part for this recipe I was gonna try. And another one of them is that I didn't have the thing for the recipe to begin with, and the trains won't stop. Anyway, I was gonna be brave this week and try and make scrambled tofu eggs, but I don't have nutritional yeast, which I thought I'd gotten everything for the recipe, but apparently I didn't. And then the only place that sells it in Emporia is the health food store, which is really expensive, and it's pretty close to me, but they're only open for about 30 minutes after I get off work, so I have everything else done, but I can't get this done until I go get that, and I wanted to get this video up because it's already late. So I might do another follow-up like on Friday when I weigh in or something about how this turned out. I did get a few eggs just in case I can't deal with this. The only time I've ever had tofu and actually liked it was in miso soup. And a lot of the recipes I found said to use firm tofu. I don't know how many vegans remember having scrambled eggs, but if your eggs are real firm, you overcooked them. So I found a recipe for soft tofu scrambled eggs, and so I'm gonna try that because it feels a lot more like the consistency of scrambled egg, or what scrambled eggs should be. Also, thank you guys for all your suggestions on trying to save money. Normally I do a decent job, it's just I didn't plan ahead or think ahead at all. Last time I did a meal prep video, so my grocery bill was really high. To answer some of the questions that a lot of people ask me, we don't have any wholesale stores here. The closest Sam's or Costco or whatever are at least an hour and a half away. There are no Whole Foods, there are no Trader Joe's. You're left with Walmart, Dillon's, which is probably the most expensive, Aldi, Rebels, which is where I've been going now, and Price Chopper. That's it. I would say Dillon's is the most expensive, followed by Price Chopper, then Walmart, then where I have been shopping, and then Aldi. But a lot of the times the two, either Aldi or Rebels, are the least expensive. And as far as the farmer's market goes, it's only open for 2 hours. Right now, twice a week, both times when I can't get to it, and then the rest of the year for 2 hours when it's still going to be really difficult for me to get to it. So I have a 2-hour window once a week to get there. So Rebels, where I shop, does actually carry a lot of the produce from the local farms anyway. So I don't know that it would be that much more of a benefit. Maybe one of these days I can finally make it there and see. But I did go this week primarily on what was on sale instead of just what I wanted, or I actually went there and found out what was on sale before I made the meal plan. So for example, normally these things of tomatoes are, I think, $3.50 a piece, but this week it was 2 for $3. So I'm having one of these things every day. I feel like I'm rambling a lot. And I'm debating between actually editing this video down later or just starting over and trying to condense. We'll see what happens and what I can get done today, if the world will cooperate. Anyway, let me go ahead and show you what we had for dinner, and then I'll show you everything. For dinner, I'm going to start by putting some asparagus on a cooking sheet, drizzle it with some olive oil, sprinkle on some garlic powder and some black pepper, and put that in the oven for about 10 or 15 minutes while I work on the rest. For the main part of our supper, we're going to have little portobello pizzas. I would have gotten bigger mushrooms than these, but these were the biggest ones they had right now, so these little caps are going to have to do. Then I'm going to evenly distribute about half a cup of sauce for both Josh and I, a quarter cup of cheese, and then you can put whatever toppings on it you want. We're going to have pepperoni because that's what Josh asked for. By the time you're done with that, the asparagus should be about halfway done. So I'll pull it out of the oven, spread it out a little bit, and then put the mushrooms on the baking pan as well. Put it back in for another 10 or 15 minutes. Once that's done, you're ready to go. Okay, so this is what a day looks like all together, minus the tofu, of course. We're going to have 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, some celery sticks, some broccoli, pineapple, 2 kiwis, and another piece of fruit. Today I'm going to have a pear, a quarter cup of cashews, a banana, the little portobello pizzas, some asparagus, 10 ounces of cherry tomatoes, about half a head of cabbage, which I roasted in the oven with just some olive oil and pepper, some watermelon, and some cantaloupe. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the idea of a mono meal, which is basically the idea that you eat just one thing, and I don't mean like just pizza or something for a meal, like I mean just one of what would be considered an ingredient for something like pizza. So for example, instead of having like an apple and a peach and a sandwich or something, you would have just a bunch of apples or just a bunch of peaches, whatever the case might be. And sometimes it works for keto too. So for example, if you were going to have chicken and something else, instead you would just have chicken for that meal. So I know it sounds a little bit strange, but when you've got digestive problems, like I'm sure a lot of you guys know I have, sometimes it can be a little bit easier on your stomach and your digestive tract if you just have one type of food, wait a while for that to digest before you have a different kind of food. I think I might try that for a couple days this week. So maybe instead of, for example, having kiwi and watermelon and cantaloupe, I'll just have whatever the nutritional equivalent or caloric equivalent of that would be just in watermelon, and just have the kiwi another day and just have the cantaloupe another day, just to see if that makes things a little bit easier on my stomach, because even with as much fiber as I've been having, my stomach just doesn't want to cooperate. I feel like there was something else I wanted to talk about, but I can't remember what it was. And I don't know how long this video is going to be because I'm going to have to edit a lot of it out, but at the time I'm saying this, it's been about 37 minutes since I started. And I've taken about 4 phone calls and had to deal with a few little minor emergencies. I am grumpy. Anyway, I'm probably going to go ahead and end the video here. I hope wherever you guys are, you are safe and happy and healthy. Remember to just keep trying the best you can, even when you're just having a crap day. I will see you on Friday. Bye.